What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Monday, September 5th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 6-game slate tonight, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. So I like Blake Snell. He's pitching against a low salary batting team, the Arizona Diamondbacks. Blake Snell, he's only giving up a .489 OPS versus lefties. He's giving up a .655 OPS versus switch hitters. He's facing 3 lefties and 2 switch hitters. But I like this pick because the Diamondbacks have only hit 6 of his last 47 pitches. That's a 128 batting average. So Blake Snell is $10,300 FanDuel salary. He's 100 less on DraftKings, averaging 31 fantasy points per game on the season. He has an ERA of 3.87. His record is 6-7, pitching an average of 92 pitches per game. Now, he scored 52 fantasy points last game, but only 4 fantasy points the game before that, and 27 fantasy points the game before that. So he can be a little bit volatile here, but if he gets going, he's got some major upside in this matchup. So I like Blake Snell here versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher first base position. So I got a value play here. I like Trey Mancini with a 23% batting advantage over Martin Perez. Trey Mancini batting 10% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .808 OPS versus lefties. Martin Perez, he is giving up a .755 OPS versus righties, pitching 12% worse to righties as he does lefties. And I like this pick because Trey Mancini is 7 for 19. That's a 368 batting average. Now, he's got a .797 OPS here versus Perez because all those 7 hits were singles, but I love the splits and I love the batting average here versus Perez. And Trey Mancini only $2,700 FanDuel salary, $1,200 more on DraftKings, averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. He has a batting average of .256. So I like Trey Mancini here versus Martin Perez. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And then we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. So another value play that I like here is Luis Rengifo. He's got a 7% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Tyler Alexander. Luis Rengifo, he's batting a .644 OPS versus lefties. And Tyler Alexander giving up a .759 OPS versus switch hitters. Now, Luis Rengifo is 2 for 3 here versus Alexander, and he's $2,400 FanDuel salary, $1,400 more on DraftKings, averaging 8 fantasy points per game on the season. Now, he scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games, although it was only between 3 and 6 fantasy points. He's been consistent. So he also has a batting average of .266. So I like this value play, Luis Rengifo here versus Tyler Alexander. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. I like Wilmer Flores. He has a 19% batting advantage over Andrew Heaney. Wilmer Flores batting a .781 OPS versus lefties. Andrew Heaney pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 15% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .799 OPS versus righties. Now, Wilmer Flores is 4 for 8 with a 1.375 OPS here versus Heaney. He's $3,000 FanDuel salary, $1,100 more on DraftKings, averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season, and he scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. He has a batting average of .246, so I like Wilmer Flores here versus Andrew Heaney. Okay, let's take a look at the shortstop position. Here's another value play I like. Take a look at David Fletcher with a 44% batting advantage over that low salary pitcher, Tyler Alexander. David Fletcher batting 19% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .761 OPS versus lefties. Tyler Alexander pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 26% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .834 OPS versus righties. Now, David Fletcher is 1 for 3 here versus Alexander, and he's only $2,200 FanDuel salary, $900 more on DraftKings, averaging 7 fantasy points per game on the season, and he has a batting average of .279. So I like David Fletcher here versus Tyler Alexander.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, moving on to the outfield position. A couple of value plays that I like here. We have Andrew Vaughn. He's got a 30% batting advantage over a low-salary pitcher, Marco Gonzalez. Andrew Vaughn batting 19% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .867 OPS versus lefties. Marco Gonzalez pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 11% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .812 OPS versus righties. Now there's no at-bats versus Gonzalez yet. Andrew Vaughn is $3,000 FanDuel salary, $800 more on DraftKings. So I like that price on both sites, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. He has a batting average of .286. So I like Andrew Vaughn here versus Marco Gonzalez. Now I also like Taylor Ward. He has a 33% batting advantage over the low salary pitcher Tyler Alexander. Tyler Ward batting 7% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .802 OPS versus lefties. Tyler Alexander, he's pitching 26% worse to righties as he does lefties, giving up a .834 OPS versus righties. So he does pitch his worst ball versus righty batters. Now, Taylor Ward is 0 for 2 here versus Alexander. He's $2,900 FanDuel salary, $200 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. He has a batting average of .258. So I like Taylor Ward here versus Tyler Alexander.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this MLB slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck.